Democrats need to get their shit together because we need two parties in this country.
Bill Maher exposes Democrats for being afraid to face him while praising Republicans who show up. Bill Maher isn't holding back, and this time he's calling out some of the biggest names in the Democratic Party for what he sees as pure political fear. On the latest episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, the outspoken host turned his sharp wit toward Vice President Kamala Harris and the Clintons, accusing them of being afraid to sit across from him on his HBO stage. For a man who has spent decades skewering politicians from both sides, Maher finds it baffling that Democrats, many of whom he openly admits to supporting, won't step into the hot seat.
But Democrats seem to be afraid of everything.
Maher pointed out that it's not for lack of effort on his part. According to him, his team reaches out to Harris, Bill Clinton, and Hillary Clinton on a regular basis, only to be turned down every time. You think we don't ask? We ask these people every week. They say no, he explained, noting that it once took him nearly 8 years, and even a petition, just to get Barack Obama to make an appearance. What really stings for Maher is the irony. He says these are leaders he has voted for, candidates he's supported, and yet they refuse to engage in a conversation with someone who is, at least on paper, on their side. They're afraid to come on the show of a guy who voted for them, Maher said with his signature bite. The Republicans, they show up, and when they do, they take their beating like a man. This is where the contrast comes in. While Democrats dodge, Maher noted that Republican politicians are at least willing to face the tough questions. Even if they leave bruised, they leave with credibility for showing up. He argued that this avoidance highlights a deeper fear within the Democratic Party, that of being challenged from their own left flank. Maher even joked that what Democrats fear most, aside from gluten, is being primaried by far-left challengers, despite most of the base identifying as moderate and pragmatic. The comedian and political commentator said he would love nothing more than to sit down with progressive voices like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Zohran Mamdani, or Elizabeth Warren, but ultimately he can't force them to show up. "I can't subpoena the guests," Maher quipped. Still, not every Democrat has avoided his stage. Maher gave credit to California Governor Gavin Newsom, whom he lightly roasted for having perfect hair, but praised for having the guts to face the tough questions. In a political climate where public figures carefully curate their appearances to avoid controversy, Maher insists that willingness to confront the conversation head-on is what separates real leadership from stage-managed politics. Bill Maher's message was clear. In an era where voters are demanding transparency, accessibility, and authenticity, politicians who shy away from tough conversations risk appearing weak and disconnected. For Maher, it's not about agreeing with him. It's about showing up and proving you can handle the heat. Do you agree with Bill Maher? Are Democrats really too afraid to face tough interviews? Or is he being unfair? Let us know what you think in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the stories everyone is talking about.